Hi students, how are you? Let us learn more about the chapter. Our today's topic is oxygen and carbon dioxide cycle. As I already taught you that the air around us is made up of many different gases including oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and other gases. Oxygen and carbon dioxide in particular are important for the survival of living organisms. The amount of these gases in atmosphere is maintained by the carbon cycle and the oxygen cycle. The carbon cycle is the cycle that maintains the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere by continuously taking carbon dioxide from the air and releasing it back into the air. When green plants undergo the process of photosynthesis to make food, they absorb carbon dioxide from the air. The carbon elements stored in plants then transferred to animals that get the plant. When plants and animals die, their dead bodies decompose and release carbon dioxide back into the air due to the actions of fungi and bacteria in the soil. In addition, all living organisms including plants and animals release carbon dioxide into the air through the process of respiration in their entire lifetime. Over a long period of time, the bodies of dead organisms become fossil fuels which are used by factories, power stations and vehicles. The combustion of or burning of fossil fuels also releases carbon dioxide into the air. In summary, the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is maintained when photosynthesis, which is a process that requires carbon dioxide, is balanced by decomposition, respiration and combustion, which are processes that release carbon dioxide. The oxygen cycle, on the other hand, maintains the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere also by continuously taking oxygen from the air and releasing it back into the air. Like the carbon cycle, the process that require oxygen such as respiration, combustion, decomposition and rusting are balanced by photosynthesis, which releases oxygen back into the air. Many human activities such as illegal logging and the excessive use of pesticides interfere with the carbon and oxygen cycles. The consequences of this interference include global warming and the greenhouse effect, which may eventually cause fertile lands to dry lands. The ways to reduce the interference with the carbon and oxygen cycles include planting more trees to help reforestation, stopping the burning of fields and forests, preventing the excessive release of smoke from vehicles, avoiding the excessive use of pesticides, banning illegal logging and making tougher laws to protect the environment, etc. That is all for today. We will soon meet with the last topic of this chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye. Take care.